Welcome back. I'm joined live now by Albany Mayor Dorothy Hubbard. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me back.
Well, first, congratulations. You have completed your first year as mayor.
1 year, yes, it's been a good year.
Time has flown.
Yes,
and
it
I
has.
did want to kind of highlight some of the things that you've done over the past year and then what you're looking forward to in the future. So let's start with your first year. The two biggest things that most people can think about. Number one, the Heritage House.
Yes.
And number two, the mayor's call to service plan.
Yes.
So let's talk about the Heritage House first. Why was that so important for you to tackle?
Well, it was important for me to tackle it because it was what I promised the people that I would do. And it had been a challenge for our city for so many years. And so many people really, really did want that to come down because it was not representative of our city, let's say it that way. And so we really, really had to work at making sure that that came down. And it was difficult because even up until that last minute, and you know the property owners have many rights, and up until that last minute, a couple of days before the foreclosure, we were told that the owner might buy it. So it was a difficult task, but we were very happy when we were able to hit that first brick down there.
And a lot of people in Albany are also happy to see that eyesore
Yes,
gone.
they are, and it's beautiful down there. Anyone who's driven by there knows that it really looks good, and we're very proud of that.
I'm personally hoping it gets changed into a dog park, but we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Now, also, the other thing you're very passionate about, and we actually had you on the program to discuss, is your call to service.
Yes.
Why was that another big initiative to get all groups involved with making Albany more?
Well, it was one way to get people involved. It was could be an ongoing process of commitment by as many people as wanted to be committed. It did not break the budget. That was not anything that was budgeted, so it was the kind of thing where we didn't have to use a huge amount of money in order to accomplish it. I can tell you that I'm very, very proud of what happened with that. We have had more than 138, I think it was 138 groups to sign up. We've had groups who have gone to the website, who have called 311, and who have let us know when they were going to do that cleanup. And so we've been very, very proud. At the annual KADB, Keep Albany Daughter Beautiful Luncheon last week, we gave our first award, and that went to the Winterwood subdivision. They do a cleanup every week. Every Friday they have someone going out and picking up litter for us, and we are just so appreciative. And that initiative is going to continue. We are asking people to continue this year to do that, to sign up there. You can still sign up by calling 311 or going to our website and clicking on the mayor's call to service. We're also looking at some additional awards to be made in the coming year for those people who are very, very active in doing that.
Now, do you want this to be more of a collaborative effort between the community, or more like a competition to see who
can be either one. I think it can be whatever we want to make it. If you really, really want to go out there and your area needs cleaning more than one time and you were reporting that, then yes, I think that it can be a competition, but we're going to do some awards. The other thing that I want to make sure that the public is aware of on this is that at the anniversary, beginning near the anniversary of that call to service, we are going to start enforcement.
Okay.
Which means that, we've given you a year now. We've talked about this for a year. We've said to you, we want you to help us clean up. We want you to keep our city clean. However, if we find that there are those who are not doing it, then at that point we're going to be ready for enforcement. We are going to be able to click our phones when we see you driving down the street and throwing paper out of there. We'll be able to click it on our phones and transfer that to the call center. Okay. We are going to ask the police force and the law enforcement officers to enforce it, and we'll have car tags that will be.
So we're moving into a phase of action now.
Yes, we are, and so I just want the public to be aware of that. We've given you a year to say we want to do this, we need to do this, and there are reasons why we're doing this. I mean, today, for example, I was at the economic development dinner this evening, somebody said to me, "You have a beautiful city, and it is so clean." And I went, "Oh, thank you."
And that's because of all our viewers. That's because of the
work. Yes, everybody working together.
Absolutely. Well, we have more talking about what we're going to do in the future for Mayor Hubbard, because she's got a lot more plans. So stay tuned right after the break.
All right.
Welcome back. We're talking with Albany Mayor Dorothy Hubbard about what she's accomplished in her first year in office. Of course, the two main things being knocking down the Heritage House and starting the mayor's call to service, both of which were incredibly successful. And now we're talking about the future, what we're looking forward to The one thing that people are concerned about is, are you going to stick to budget? Can you stick to budget?
We are going to stick to budget.
The second is crime, and then the third is
economic
development. So I'm just going to let you talk about what you plan to do on those different fronts.
Okay, well, of course, we're going to stick to the budget. We are always looking at ways to be cost effective and to be within the budget. I mean, state law requires that we are within budget, so we would do that. The question becomes, whether we'll be able to offer services at the same level, and there not only is a question but the challenge. But we think we'll get there. We think we'll be within. We know we'll be within budget, and we think we'll get there in terms of the services that we have to offer. And of course, crime. We're going to always work on crime. I promised that I would work on crime. I promised that I would look at every new technological gadget that will allow us to improve crime, and I've done that. Everywhere I go, I'm looking at what's new, how can we improve, and we've been able to get some of those things with the SPLOST funds.
And I think if people have been watching Fox 31, you guys know we do a lot of stories talking more about arrests that have been done, stings, different operations that are being done, drug busts. So hopefully you guys are slowly seeing that.
Yes, those are the kind of things. Yes, they are. And we've had 4 crime forums last year. We had 4 crime forums in conjunction with Stop the Violence Movement, and we want to continue those this year. And in those forums we had people come in and they told us, what the issues were, and we want to encourage continued neighborhood watch organizations to continue to be organized,
right.
and that always helps crime and prevents crime. We are looking at starting next year, this year rather, an umbrella that would have the neighborhood watch members have a representative come in, and we will get together periodically and talk about what's good and how crime can be prevented by neighbors, and how neighborhood watches can prevent crime.
And we know that the places with the least amount of crimes, it is a very collaborative effort between government, law enforcement, and the community.
Yes, it is.
And of course, the other thing the community really cares about is economic development.
Economic development. Well, I'll tell you that we are still looking at some things, and we still have some people looking at us. We are very proud of that. We hosted an economic development forum in November. We plan to have a couple more economic development forums this year. We want the public, we want especially you young people to come and join us for that. We're very interested in having you all understand the process, understand what it means for our region, and we're just really into looking at economic development. The other thing I would like to encourage all of the people in our city who are members of organizations to ask their organizations to allow Albany to be the host city, to bring in, if you are a member of an organization, maybe you can bring your regional meeting or your state meeting here. We can easily accommodate those kinds of meetings with 200, 300, 500 people. So encourage that, and I'm asking the community. That's one of my initiatives this year would be to ask the community, to ask your organizations to come, and let's roll out the red carpet and show people how hospitable we can really be.
I like that. So a new initiative that you heard first on Fox 31 to ask your community organizations if they have a regional, state, or national outreach to bring a meeting here, to consider that. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Certainly
Thank you for having me.
Always. And we're going to continue to check in with you. Viewers ask us questions. We have to ask them to you. So,
Very
of course,
good. Very
we
good.
like the fact that
you
you
know
never
how
shy
to get
away
in
from
touch
answering
with me.
them.
Yes, that's right. You know how to get in touch
I
with
do.
me.
Thank you very much.
All right.